The Gospel of Thomas is a fascinating text that has captured the attention of scholars and laypeople alike for decades. It is a collection of sayings attributed to Jesus, with no narrative structure or story arc. This makes it quite different from the canonical Gospels, such as Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, which tell a story of Jesus' life, teachings, and deeds. The Gospel of Thomas was discovered in 1945, in a clay jar buried in the Egyptian desert near the town of Nag Hammadi. It is believed to have been written in the 2nd century, although some scholars argue that it may have been composed as early as the 1st century. The text is written in Coptic, a language spoken in ancient Egypt, and is one of the most important finds of the Nag Hammadi library. The Gospel of Thomas contains 114 sayings attributed to Jesus, and many of them are similar to sayings found in the canonical Gospels. However, there are also many differences, and some of the sayings are quite challenging and thought-provoking. For example, in saying 22, Jesus says, "When you make the two one, and when you make the inside like the outside and the outside like the inside, and the above like the below, and when you make the male and the female one and the same, so that the male not be male nor the female female." This saying has been interpreted in many different ways, but it seems to suggest that the divisions we create between things are not real, and that everything is ultimately connected. Another interesting aspect of the Gospel of Thomas is the way it portrays Jesus. In this text, Jesus is not the miracle-working Son of God, but rather a wise teacher who is focused on helping people understand themselves and the world around them. Jesus speaks in riddles and paradoxes, forcing his listeners to think deeply and critically about what he is saying. The Gospel of Thomas has been the subject of much debate among scholars, with some arguing that it represents an early form of Christianity that was later suppressed by the Church, and others arguing that it is simply a collection of sayings that were never intended to be a complete gospel. Some have even suggested that it represents a different tradition of Christianity altogether, one that was influenced by Gnostic and other mystical beliefs. Whatever its origins and meaning, the Gospel of Thomas is a fascinating text that provides a unique perspective on the teachings of Jesus. Its cryptic sayings and enigmatic imagery continue to inspire and challenge readers today, and it remains an important part of the diverse landscape of Christian literature.